Hello, my Facebook friend and family. Hope y'all having a beautiful, beautiful morning today. So, we were having a technical difficulty, but we are really good now. So prayer works. Hello,
Okay, there you go.
hello. Can you hear
Hi.
me, Angelique?
Yes,
Can you hear me?
yes, I can hear you.
There. I couldn't hear you. I had to
I
unplug
can
some
see you.
things.
It's just loading, but I can see you.
Okay, okay, good, good. How are you doing?
I'm fine. You look so pretty.
Thank you, thank you. You do too as well.
Oh, you can
You do
see me.
too as
Oh, thank
well.
you. I see
Yes,
this is
yes, I can
loading.
see you.
It's not
Yeah,
moving. It's just
yeah.
like
I can
still.
I can see you and I can see myself. Can you
Okay.
see me and
I see,
yourself?
but you're not moving. It's just like loading, and it's just your face. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
But that's
So,
fine. If you see me, don't worry about it. I'll just let me sometimes hold this. Okay.
okay,
I got nobody here with me, so I'm gonna do this.
okay,
Okay. Okay.
okay, good. Yeah, so how are you doing this morning, Angel Lee?
I'm going to trying to keep it.
And I would like to introduce you to my audience. Everyone, this is Angel Lee, an extraordinary young lady, woman, and just phenomenal, phenomenal, very phenomenal. And I would like to tell you, Angel Lee, that I read some of your bio, and I've seen that you are a victor of domestic violence,
Yes.
and I am too as well. And it feels really good to be speaking to someone who had encountered the same tragic and trauma that I have as myself.
Yes.
And to let you know that I never really reached out and spoke to anyone who encountered the same tragic and trauma as myself. And now that I am, it feels like I am myself. I found myself. And
Oh.
yeah, so it really, oh my God, I got tears a little bit, but it feels really good. And
Mm-hmm.
as you know that we had spoke and I had told you some things about, my life and that, that I had lost my son and I had lost my daughter. And I felt like I was drowning, you know, and, I was lifted up and God lifts me up and, build me up and show me that I do have strength. And the one thing that I wanted to do in the midst of that, what God was bringing me to, I was like, what can I do, to prevent other women from going through the pain that I've been through? And I'm like, gosh, I can pour my strength. I can give them the strength that God has given me. I can use my strength to inspire other women and, you know, make them, be an inspiration to other women.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. And so I really appreciate you being here with me today. And I would like to ask you, on my journey, do you have any type of helpful hints, tips that, when I'm speaking to other women, and the signs of knowing you touched another woman and just, just some helpful hints, because this is my brand new journey and I'm very excited. I'm super overwhelmed, excited
Yes.
just to help another woman to prevent them from going through the pain that I have encountered. And I will never, ever want, I just, nobody to go through this pain. And I know how the pain is.
Yes. Well, first of all, I wanted to tell you thank you for inviting me on your show. It's a blessing and an honor, and I also want to say that I admire you.
It's that
Strength.
the audio is breaking up again, Angelique. I'm so sorry.
Don't
The
worry,
last
it's
thing I heard you say was strength. You admired me for my strength.
I have strength. I do.
Thank
I
you.
admire.
Thank you.
Right, and that's where what's that scripture? It says where weak is made strong, and you are the example of that, and so what you're doing, my hats off to you. I love when another woman wants to reach out her hand to another woman, and that's what you're talking about doing. You're talking about empowering. You're talking about encouraging. We're going to go through hurt, no matter what it is, but um, to share your story and to reach out to your hands and your heart of compassion to that woman, will help her get through that. Hold on.
Because I do not
It's
want to miss anything that you are saying, like at all.
it's fine.
Okay,
Is it
that's perfect. That's perfect.
okay? Maybe because I was moving. I don't know.
Okay, that's
So
perfect. Okay.
the last thing, I just wanted to say, just honor you first before I went on, with you pushing um to have this live podcast because it's so needed, because there's so many women and men, that and children that go through domestic violence, physical, mental, social, abuse, and have the lasting effects of PTSD and so on. And so, for you, the questions that I think that you asked me were how could I help? I think help others and the signs to know that you're doing something. To me, you tell your story. Tell your story. Put information out there of what it took for you to get to the place that you got to. Um, Let them know about resources that are out there. Um, be an ear. Let them know I can be an ear. They can reach you, at any time to talk with you. And when you're talking to somebody that's been through domestic violence, let them, say what they have to say. And do understand that even though sometimes people reach out to you, they may not be ready. And that's okay too. It's not
Yes.
okay because life or death, but it's okay when they're not ready because we don't want to pressure them because they're already in a place of the mental abuse that has brought down the self-esteem. And so you just let them know when they're ready that you will be there for them, and they have to be strategic. Anytime you're going to leave a domestic violence relationship, you have to be strategic about it. You cannot tell the abuser. You need to reach out to other people to let them know that you're going to do this so they can be there to help you. When that time comes, you must let somebody know, and just continue to be an ear for them until they're ready. Because uh, a lot of time, I'm sure, as you know, in a domestic violence relationship, their main thing is to isolate us to your only environment is just them. And then, family members and friends, they're not as available as before because they've gotten rid of them in most
Yes.
situations.
Exactly. Exactly.
The only thing that your ear is hearing is what the abuser, is saying. So that's your environment. And so you have to remember that that's what you're dealing with when you're dealing with somebody like that. So, you just say like little things, to them. And you could tell when somebody's ready by, um, when they're asking you for resources and when they let you know like they're really scared and that they're ready to go. You can tell. Some people, you can tell that they're not ready because they'll tell you their story, and where they're at, but they're still uneasy. It's not like a concrete readiness. You'll know when you get into it. You'll know, but how you deal with it if they're not. I'm not judging you. There's no judgment here. When you're
Hmm.
ready, you can contact me, and I will be there for you. But make sure you give them some resources. You understand? Because if they're not able to get to you, then they still have a list of resources, maybe that you can send them through Messenger, and they can use those resources to contact, somebody for help.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Um, you know, actually, for myself, that I have encountered, domestic violence relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Because some women tend to go from one to another. Because we tend to look for we're looking for love in the wrong places after
Mm,
encountering that first domestic violent relationship,
right.
and we come out. We want to be loved. We want someone to love us. We wanted that man to love us, but he didn't. So we go into another domestic violent relationship. And I just want to say thank you so much for that information. And this is what it's all about, you know, sharing information, supporting women, supporting each other, and everything, so we can prevent, if we can, women from going through these type of relationships and hardships.
Hmm.
And I wanted to say to you too that,
Can
mhm.
I say right quick when you said about going to another relationship, the second relationship?
Say it
Hello?
again.
Do you
Yeah,
mind
I
if
can
I
hear you.
do you mind if I say something in regards to going from one domestic violence relationship to another one?
Sure.
Okay, so one of the things I wanted to say is that like how she mentioned going from one domestic violence relationship to another, you kind of are in a place of being embarrassed to tell someone that because you think somebody's going to judge you because you were in a domestic violence relationship, and sometimes in our minds we think like they're gonna be like, wow, why would she go to another domestic violence relationship? And just like she said, you looking for love, and then um,
In the wrong places.
for from one relationship to the next without getting the healing or the therapy or finding yourself again, because when you come out of a domestic violence relationship like that, you've lost sight of who you are. You have to take a break, um, get some therapy, or I mean, deal with yourself. Find yourself again before you go directly into the next relationship. Because you're not the same person that you were before you got in, especially if you're dealing with a narcissistic person. They will turn your whole world upside down, and you will literally, if you continue to stay in a relationship, not only lose sight of who you are. It's hard to climb back up. It
Yes.
takes a lot to climb
Yes.
back up to who you were. And so
Yes.
don't feel bad if you've been in a domestic violence relationship 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. If that's your only environment and you didn't get the help after, or there were no resources that were told to you, then I mean, I can understand. I can understand that we can understand that. Just please don't be embarrassed about it. I've been in a domestic violence
Yes, this is for
relationship.
everyone. Every woman that is listening right now, do not be embarrassed and ashamed to speak
Yes,
out and speak up.
there's plenty of women that have been through it more than once. So don't be embarrassed. I had one person that I was talking to about that after speaking with Regina about it, and she said the only reason she didn't stand up and speak is because she was afraid people were going to judge her because she had went to another domestic violence relationship. And when you talk to Regina Queen, there's no judgment, so you can talk to her without any judgment, or anybody that's been through that and that's here for you. There's no judgment in that area. We want to get free and empower you.
Exactly. Yes. 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 Exactly. Exactly. And I'm just so amazed. I'm so amazed at the strength that I have. And I have, you know, some people will ask me, well, why are you talking about domestic violence and you just lost your children? What about women who has lost their children? You know, well, for me, that's why I say it starts from domestic violence. You know, my life started. I didn't lose my children. My children, I birthed my children. I went into relationships, went into a domestic violent relationship. Being in a domestic violent relationship, it puts you into places where we start making the wrong decisions in our lives.
Yeah,
And, like I said before, being a decision maker is very crucial because we're making a decision to where we want our life to be. And we're building a foundation in our lives. So a lot of things goes on in the midst of being in that type of a relationship. And so me losing my children, the pain, I speak for every woman, and to let everyone know that that is part of my title, to empower, uplift, encourage every woman through all walks of life. I have encountered losing my children, being in a domestic violence relationship, raising my children without fathers. So I have enough strength to empower and to encourage a lot of women through
Yeah.
all walks of life. So I just wanted to, let everyone know that I'm here for every woman.
Yeah.
And yes, and
Glory. I'm so glad you glory. Yeah. Yeah. That's yeah, you're
yes.
not limited. You definitely have many gifts, that God's gonna use you for, so and it could be domestic violence, it could be, for the loss of children. Whoever God sends you to, you have equipped in you to do that thing, you know.
Hmm. Hmm. Yes, yes, and I'm stepping into the realm, you know, of my purpose. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited about it. And what you are doing here today with me is a blessing. And I want everyone to see, this is how we encourage each other, and there is no comparison. And we block our blessings. We block what God has for us, by comparing ourselves to others, judging one another. And I feel that, as women, like I keep saying and always saying, I'm going to keep empowering, that empowerment, that we all should stick together and support each other, and we'll make it the world a better place for the women. And teach men how to be good men too. So, and now, so I had to throw that up there. But
No, no, that's
yeah.
when when you go through a domestic violence relationship, um, you as the woman, you're not living in your purpose, and the abuser's not living in his purpose. God again didn't design us to be someone's punching bag, and he didn't design that man, to live his life tearing down the woman. He designed man to help build up the woman, and so the man's not living in his purpose is attracted to woman, not living in our purpose. But to come out of it, we live in our purpose. You understand it? If we come from that and take what we've learned to help other women, because men get abused too as well. So I don't want to forget them. And
That
men
was my next topic. Hmm.
that go through that. Oh, okay, yeah. So,
Yes, yes, yes. You hit it right there, you know, and that is so true. And mm. So yeah, we are in alignment together with this girl. When it comes to men, yeah, we do have good men. We do have some good men out there, and there are some men that are in domestic violence relationships. And I feel the same way about men. If you are in a domestic violent relationship and you are not happy, get out. And also, when it comes to uh, us women being in a domestic violence relationship with a man, sometimes we take our mess that we've been through. We can find a good man, and we'll put our baggage and our mess on that great man that we find in our lives. And that's another sad, you know,
you're speaking.
yeah. Yes, that's a lot to take on, for our great men that we have. So part of what, we are doing is building up our men. I believe we
Yes.
are building up our man and seeing, because I have a great man in my life now, which is my fiance.
Oh, amen. Glory.
And yes.
Around so much. Glory. Okay.
Uh, yeah. Yeah, I have a great man in my life, and I just love him because he's just like um this man is the best man that I ever met. And
Mm,
he worked with me like in so many ways. And women, that's why I say women. I did a video the other day, Angelique, and it was for all the single ladies. And I was telling the single ladies to take your time, because I see a lot of women looking for love, just looking for love. I've been there, and we we are looking for love in the wrong places, and then we can end up in the domestic violence relationship because we want to be loved so bad.
mm,
So I gave all that up, and I God end up placing a right man, a great man in my life.
um,
And yeah, and my children are not his children. We do not have any children together. And he still stayed there with me through
yeah.
everything that I've been through. And then when I lost my children, he stayed there with me through everything I've been through. And he brought a lot of greatness out of me. He really actually took me to where I didn't see my own self. And
Mm,
yeah, and he protected my peace and my energy and just everything, and he really built me up. I am already built up, but God placed that man. He would place people in our lives to
yeah.
energize it. Go get there. But yeah, so it's
Mm,
very important, women. So we need to be careful who you are, trying to go find love so quick. Just take your time, and I know that from experience.
yes, it's true. And then the
Mhm.
baby. They don't, we don't think about like the characteristics that they may have, and you have a baby by this man, so you will be mindful of that. And if you have Mr. Wrong, in order for Mr. Right to come, Mr. Wrong got to be out the way. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. And so, Angel, I would like to talk about self care.
Oh
I
yes.
would like to talk about self care because self care is very, very detrimental with us women. You know, um, what do you feel about self care, and what do you do for self care? Well, I know you feel great about self care, but what do you do for self care?
Um, I feel like it's okay to say no. And I think that we've been taught to be people pleasers. Um, from a young age. Some of us been taught to be people pleasers from a young age.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was reading a post that someone wrote, and it was a little child, and he didn't want to hug this person, and she said that, um, well, what, I have to respect him because some kids they can feel the presence of somebody, and they're not okay with it, so they don't want to hug it and hug that person. And so sometimes as parents we make the child hug that person even though they don't want to. And so from a child to be people pleasers, and so there are certain things that we were taught when we were young and we brought them into our adulthood, but just because we were taught that when we were young doesn't mean that it's right. And so that it's okay, to be like that. I think that it's okay to say no. It's okay to take time off for yourself, which you matter. And if you don't take out time for yourself, because I myself have been there, um, you won't be no good for nobody else,
Exactly,
and
exactly,
have to take care of self first. It's okay to not answer your phone, for a day. It's okay to just want to be by yourself. Go to the beach, just you and God. Where it's to me that's where I get my peace at the beach. There's no electrical, waves or anything like that. I could clearly hear the
yes,
waves. And hear, you have um, you have to you have to do that for yourself. Hey, if you want to get a manicure, it's not Cindy's
yeah,
day, so
exactly.
those they have to do with you. is it's mandatory. You have take time off for yourself, not feel anything about it because you taking care of you. You have to. You have to. You come first. We do have our family, our kids, and everything. But like I said again, if you don't take care of you, and that is not just your physical, your outside. That also includes your inward. Because the mental capacity. Read books that will empower you. If you don't have a surrounding of people who in your circle that when I felt like I reached my max with the people that were around me, I would go to Barnes and Nobles and find motivational books, spiritual motivational books
Yes,
on that floor, and I would read those books. One that resonated with my spirit, those are the ones that I would buy. And
exactly.
before I would find out from other people that I saw, that were out there doing what I wanted to do, or I felt was a strong woman, or even a man, that I liked his language and the positiveness that came out of his mouth. I would buy books, like that. And that has to do with self care as well, feeding your mind, constantly feeding your mind and, just growing, you know, in different areas of life. We never stop growing. And I'm always constantly learning. And I don't, and never think that you know so much that you can't learn from somebody. I don't care if it's even in your same field, somebody could be telling you something that you may have not heard. So, always be open to hear what other people have to say when it comes to wisdom.
Yes, exactly. That's very important. That's very important. Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is very important. Knowledge is power.
It
Yes, knowledge is power, and that is one thing that I have been doing, and I have been doing that with myself, and I've been doing more self care. After going through my tragedies and everything, I felt like I was just drowning. I wouldn't too much, do anything for myself. I wouldn't get my nails done. Wouldn't comb my hair and everything, and I'm just like falling all the way out of the alignment, of myself. And so I decided, and I got some helpful hints and tips and stuff, from other women, about self care. And so I decided to, you know, do that. And as you see, I was showing you my book. I went to Barnes and Noble and I bought me a book and I
oh,
started doing self care with myself. I started reading more. And you see the title?
I can't see anything because your screen has been frozen the whole.
Oh, okay. Well, the name of the book is You Are a Badass.
Oh wow!
And when I looked at that book, I said, mm, I am a badass. And it just made me feel good within myself. And it said how to stop doubting your greatness and start
Wow.
living an awesome life. And that book is by Jean Sincero.
Oh, thank you. I'm gonna have to get that book.
Yeah, and she sold 2 million copies. She's
Oh,
one of the number one bestsellers in New York,
wow.
in New York Times. Yeah, so that book is so motivating. It is so motivating, and um, in this book is telling you how to stop doubting your greatness and how to stay in alignment and connected to that source of energy, which is God, the universe.
Yes.
And I learned a lot in this book, and it is so true. And like you said, as children, when that we are young, a lot of things are put, in a child's mind, and we have all these beliefs that are put in our subconscious mind,
Yes.
and you know, we go on and take that, collect all of that, and then a lot of it could be doubts. It's the opposite of how, if a child is told, Santa Claus. There's really a Santa Claus there by the reindeer that come down the chimney. So that is put into your mind, and then we go on believing that that is Santa Claus. He's going to come
Mhm.
down that chimney because it was put into our subconscious mind, and
Right.
we're going to sit and we're going to wait for that man to come down that chimney. And
Mm.
while you sitting there waiting for the man to come down the chimney, you ain't getting shit because when your parents, when you're grown, you ain't getting nothing because if you get in trouble, you don't get an A on that report card. Your parents are not going to buy you no gift. They will not buy you a gift, and there you will not see no Santa Claus coming down that chimney. So no,
Good.
we're just going to sit there and just waste our life with these false beliefs, and
Yeah.
so we have to know and we how to believe in ourselves believe in ourselves. And that's one thing I would like for women to do, is to start, especially women that are encountering the tragedies that we have encountered ourselves, to stop doubting your greatness and start believing in yourself. And you
I
can
love
conquer the world.
it. I
Yeah.
love
Mm-hmm.
I'm
It's,
I'm so glad that you started this because um everything that you're saying, those are key to um a woman, on her journey to finding herself. Those things we do self doubt when you lost yourself and trying to find yourself again. It's crazy. Like that part, what you said, finding yourself is like you may be moving and doing things, and then that little doubt will come, and like, oh man, well, can I? Can I? No, you don't need permission to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because of what you come out of, you don't need permission to do it. You can do anything that you want, and I still got
yes, yes,
you can be anything that you want. There's
yes,
limitations, that boundary, and sometimes we have to talk to ourselves like that's not mine. There's no limits to what I can do. That doesn't belong
no,
to me.
there's no
Oh,
limits.
whatever
And we
belongs to
find
you.
ourselves we find when we find ourselves, we find that there is no limits,
Mm-hmm.
and like you said, there's no limits.
Yes.
Right
Yes.
now I just feel like, oh my God, it's just so much in me that I can offer the world. you know
Yes.
I can offer the women in the world who are had encountered the same tragedies that I have.
Yes.
and
Yes.
and I feel like there is no limit, so yes, that is so true.
I love it. I'm empowered, just by talking to you. You're ready.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Angelie. And you inspire me too. And
Um,
just to see your strengths. Yes, yes, you really do. You really do. And I seen that you have a magazine, Bakersfield magazine,
oh yeah, Bakersfield Black Magazine. Thank you.
Bakersfield Black magazine. Yes, I seen that. And that is so beautiful. And
Thank
that was a beautiful idea,
you.
and you birthed it out, you manifested. That was your gift, and that is so astonishing. Oh my
Thank
God, I love it. I love it. And you are an extraordinary young woman and a beautiful queen. And I really thank you for being here with us women today. We need more women like you, and sharing your love and your positivity and everything. You really have inspired me to go out to inspire other women.
I feel
Yes.
you.
I feel the inspiration. I really do. I feel the inspiration.
Thank you. I'm so
Yes.
glad. So glad that God connected us. To even have this kind of conversation and to be to where we are now. So what I'm also excited about is I can't wait to see what else God's gonna do with you because you have so much so early to me to just have so much and yeah continue to be confident in that because you got it. You got it
Yes.
what it needs. I believe, I can see you speaking to an audience of people. You know, I don't mean like 20. I don't mean like 20 people. I can see you speaking to many women. I mean, and men. I can see that because I can. You know how I can feel your gift. You know what I'm saying? I can I can feel your gift, and it's
It's a
organic.
blessing.
It's
Thank
all God.
you. Wow. Yes, 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 it is. It is. It is all God. It is all God. And you know when they say that, um, I remember, uh, before when I was younger, in my teenage years, I would hear the elders saying, "God is in control.
Hmm.
God is in control." And I would be like, "God is in control. God is in control." And it took, and I knew that God made the grass, the light, you know, the animals, and
Yeah.
us. I knew that, but I never felt the control. And I didn't feel the control until uh, my daughter. Uh, I lost my daughter, and I felt helpless. And I was hearing again, God is in control.
Mm-hmm.
And then I lost my son. I felt helpless, and then I was hit. I heard it again. God is in
Mm-hmm.
control, and I'm like, wow. And I feel so helpless, like, because me, I'm like super mom when it comes to my children. They call me, I come running.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter what they are doing. If you getting in trouble, whatever I ain't supposed to be here, but I'm coming anyway. Listen to me, but I'm still gonna come. And I was just like, God is. I'm always there,
Mm-hmm.
for my children when they call me, and with my last two children, my beloved babies, I felt so helpless. And then so once I found my purpose, and all of this came into play
Mm-hmm.
with God, it's just like, get up, get up,
Mm-hmm.
go out here with these women, go with
Yes.
these women, and everything just started falling into place just like this. And things just start coming to me. Like I got my my camera, my computer, my banner, I got my little tablets and stuff. I don't think you can see it, but I have my little Regina Queen tablets, my Regina Queen mounts, and everything around me is Regina Queen,
Mm-hmm.
empowering women through all walks of life. And I'm like, this is happening so fast. And then I told my best friend Tracy, she's been a great support, for me too. And I told her, I said, oh my God, this is happening so fast. She said, girl, she said, this is real. She said, it is all God. And I was like, oh my God. I said, God is in control. He is in control because he's just throwing it to me like here, here, here. So yes, God is in control.
But
So
I,
everybody know, yeah.
but what can I say? But and it's happening. One of the reasons that it's happening so quick too
And divine order too as well.
is it's divine order. And I always say this like a broken record, but I don't care. It's the truth. Somebody's waiting on you. Somebody's waiting on you to hear Regina and what she has to say. You understand? Somebody's waiting on you, and that's why it's happening so quick. Somebody's coming. And I always say this too: is that if you speak to somebody and you're able to get through one person, right? Let's say you're only able to get through one person. You don't know what that one person would become. That one person, because of how you got through them and poured into them, could be the one person that speaks to thousands, and those thousands that one person speak to others. You
Mm,
understand the domino effect? So yours is happening so quick. God's not just doing it, and I know you know this, but I'm just saying He's not just doing it so quick just because there's somebody coming. You know what I'm saying? That has to meet you. You know, and I'm not even one person. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying there's somebody waiting on you, and that's why it's happening so quick, and that's why it's so important when He gives us something to do, to move, because sometimes it could be life or death. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
To somebody, not moving because we're caught up in our own issues could cause us to miss that other person that maybe need to come out of depression, or they need to come out from where they are and hear your message. And that's that one thing that'll help pull them out of where they're at so they can move into their purpose. You understand? And so
Yes,
some,
yes.
they're
And
they're
that's what it's
coming.
all about. hmm That's what
Yes.
it is all about, us meeting our purpose. And
Yes.
that will help other women move into their purpose.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
And now one more thing, sorry. I
yeah,
had
go ahead.
heard this yesterday and I wanted to share it. Okay, so it's a my friend had tagged me in it. It's a sign language. I'm not sure if you've seen it, but if you're gonna post a video, it'd be good for people to see that don't know. If a person is in trouble, you can do a sign language. It's called SOS, and
hmm
so it goes like this. So what the lady with sign language, she did like this. She goes like this, and it's like that. So like say somebody's at dinner with somebody and the waiter is coming, usually the abuser or whatever, and
hmm
so looking away or something like that, or he's at a distance. It's like, and then I seen her do this like 3 times, the one
hmm
finger times, and then this one. Okay, so you 3 times.
2, 3,
So one,
1.
this finger out, one up. So 1, 2, and then 3, and then your hand movement: open, close, open, close, open, close. And that's supposed to be SOS. That means
Um,
SOS, that is supposed to move people to take you from the person, or to help you, or whatever, that you're in a situation that is life or death. And so I'm gonna send the
oh,
link.
thank you. That's good information.
Yeah, and then you can share the link on your page as well.
Okay. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. That is so, oh my God, that's very, very good information. And a lot of women need to have that, and that's a part of safety, because
Mm-hmm.
safety is first. And, like I always tell my children all the time, remember, everything that you do is about make sure you're being safe in everything that you do. Because safety is number one, safety is first.
Amen.
So, yes. So, yeah, thank you so much, Angel Lee. Thank you so much. And I had a beautiful conversation with you. I was kind of nervous a little bit, and I'm like, wait a minute. But then, when,
Yes.
we go into the realm, into the spirit, and we just let God move us, like you said, let God just move you. Just let him move
Yeah.
you. And he did do that. He did do that. And I thank you so much for your time. And I will always be here if you need me for any type of support. I am open, and I'm open to, anything, we need to, come out there and empower some women,
I would love.
uplift their spirits, and speak to some women, and, anything. I don't care what it is, as long as it's positive, and we are queens. So we work together, and that's what queens do. That's what us women do, and that is what women empowerment is all about, ladies. So remember, stay uplifted, encouraged, and successful. Be successful in everything you do, and safety first. Always be safe. So, and we're going to go ahead and end this now, Angel Lee, and thank you for so much for your time.
Thank
And
you.
you're welcome. You're welcome. And I love you all, and everyone. Thank you all for being a part of our conversation. And we love you all. And remember, women empowerment
Always.
always.
Love you.
Love you too.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
You're so very welcome. So very welcome.